This is the final match of the evening of the KSK Invitational Group B. This is game one between the orange Protoss on the bottom left-hand side of the map, JR Blitz. And spawning at the top side of the map is our blue Terran player, who's done very well tonight, but he's in the losers match right now. He needs to win if he wants to advance. It's ZachThRipper. So we're seeing gas before gateway out of our Protoss player, JR. And again, gas before barracks out of ZachThRipper, so we're expecting to see some sort of Reaper harassment here. Now the difference between the first match of ZachThRipper when he was doing this Reaper harassment and this match here against the Protoss player is that there's no defense for the Protoss player unless he wants to drop some sort of pylon and then put a cannon in here to defend against it. But the cannon would have to be actually back here to defend where the Reaper would normally be, which is right behind here. It's a huge investment for the Protoss player. Not always the best solution. Protoss player is, JR is going for that cybernetics core, probably going to try to get stalkers, which is the correct answer against Reaper play. Just to get that range, that you're going to want that. You're going to want to be able to chase that Reaper down. You're going to want to be able to cut angles off and get that snipe in on it. But actually, we are not seeing a Reaper come out. He is actually building up his gas right now, and he didn't spend it on a Reaper. He spent it on a factory. Now, does JR see that? He does see the factory. He has recognized it's there, and this Marine is actually just pure defensive. We'll see how JR adapts to this and chooses what to do. He's moving to the back of the natural. No, is he going to drop a pylon or something in the back here? He is. Now, he hasn't started warp gate research right now, and he's going to want to do that as soon as he can. Oh, there was a Reaper out on the map. I'm sorry, I completely missed that. The Reaper gets a full scout off. No kills for it, though. Well, that's enough. That's all that he wants it for. He's not building more than that. Now, the pylon is completed in the back of the natural here, but JR still has just started building warp gate research. Now, this is quite a far way away. It's over 114 seconds. 1 HP per second is the way that works. And that's quite a long way away. He's going to chrono it out to speed it up, and he's getting that Twilight cancel. Maybe he's going for a Dark Templar push. That would actually be really cool, but instead he's opting for Blink. He's going for Stalkers. More gateways, he's adding on to this. Researching Blink. Researching Warp Gate tech. And getting more gateways on top of this. This is the right thing to do as a Protoss player. You want to get up to 4 gates. You're going to want to be able to drop a whole bunch of reinforcements wherever the heck you want. And this pylon in this natural is still uncontested. He doesn't even know it's there. It's going to be great little warping for him whatever time he chooses to do an attack. He may be trying to bank on the quick aggression and move out of a Terran player and use that pylon to do a counterattack up into his main base, try to take out some of this production. But right now, ZachThRipper is kind of turtling in. He's worrying about his econ. He's just building workers, and he's doing a pretty good job. But JR Blitz is actually staying ahead of him. His econ's looking pretty good right now. This Reaper's bomb takes out one, but that's it. And that Reaper's going to go down. He was able to scout and take out one probe, but already the worker count has got a huge advantage for the orange Protoss player. And on top of this, he's adding in a forge. He's still, Blink is almost complete, and as soon as it is, he's probably going to start warping in Stalkers. He is sitting on a pretty decent bank right now. The warping's happening across the map, just as I said it. And while those gateways are on cooldown, he's moving the rest of his units across the map. He's going to try to blink in here, get on top of these tanks. He is going to want to find out if those tanks are there. He may want to send that probe up just to recognize where it is and then try to do an attack in here. Now, with this map, if you have high vision, there's a lot of really good areas and avenues of advance for the Protoss player. You can blink up through here. You can blink in through here. And even harassment over here, if you're able to, you could actually... I don't know, if this may be a blinkable distance. I wonder if it is. You know what? I don't know if I've ever actually tested that and see if it is. Looks like, though, JR is going for an attack. He's got a very decent army supply right now. His +1 attack is on its way. He's going to move up. Now, this tank here is going to make quick work of this army. He needs to get up there. He needs to blink up and get on top of this army. Ooh. And there goes JR's army. Not the best engagement. Those 3 tanks really chewed through his shields. This 27-2 army advantage now looks in complete favor for ZachThRipper. It wasn't a bad idea that he did. He probably should have just been did a little bit more scouting, though. I don't know if he's going to discover this pylon. He still doesn't know that it's there. On the back of this, JR is building Immortals, trying to get that defense. He's recognizing those tanks are on the way, and he needs to build something that can actually soak up some of that damage. Now, those new Immortals have that new shield tech where it only activates based on like heavy damage for only a short period of time. So it's really good for short engagements. So if he is able to build up his stalkers and actually attack on top of this army that's moving across the map, it would be a good thing, but he doesn't have... He's sitting actually on a huge bank right now, but not enough gas. He should be utilizing those warp prisms and just at least getting out some zealots right now, because this army supply, 40 to 20, it's not looking so good for JR. ZachThRipper has got a really, really good handle on his unit comp, and is just going to keep this Protoss player inside his base, which is not a bad option for the Terran, but you don't want the Protoss player to get up to that tier 3 where you're seeing Tempests, or even something silly like Carriers. Adepts are now being played on the field, which is really good against the Marines, not so much against the tanks. Now these tanks, once they're granted high ground vision, anything that comes inside there is going to get chewed up, that's for sure. Just outside the range right now. May try to kite him and bring him back in, but it doesn't look like he's even trying to do that. Going to do a little bit of a repair and a worker transfer. Ooh. That adept saw exactly what was happening. I'm not sure, though, it saw the move. Now, these medevacs are moving to the top side of the map here, and it looks like they're going to try to do some sort of sneaky play. He has warped in an adept or a zealot on this side. Try to just do a little bit of a scout here. Really good play by JR, just to identify that, you know, I have the ability to scout. He recognizes that the Terran is turtling in. He's not going to be able to do much about that. Now, these 3 medevacs over here may actually wreak quite a bit of havoc for the Protoss player. These medevacs are going to move in. They're going to wreak havoc on this natural. Now, I'm not sure JR actually recognizes it. I don't see him moving any units into the way right now. With the scan going down, he's feeling pretty confident about just dropping his units in. And if ZachThRipper is able to take out JR Blitz natural here, it's going to be a huge blow for the Protoss player. He does get a photon overcharge down on one of the pylons, but it's not enough. And this mothership core goes down with a full amount of energy. He's going to pick up the tank and make his way out of here. None of these units actually shoot up except for one stalker. And the Terran player is opting just to escape, not even going for the third base at the front. He probably could have been able to take out a lot of the mineral line over there. Let's take a look at the econ. They're actually even right now. They've got the same amount of workers, but ZachThRipper is just using his units more effectively, and he's not losing them. I think that that's the biggest thing. He's choosing engagements that work well. Now, I'm not sure what JR should be doing here. Now he's teching up and getting a heck of a lot more gateways, which is a pretty good thing, and he's going to go for a bit of a mineral line harass. Let's take a look at the anti-air. There's absolutely no there's one anti-air in the main base, but that's nearly mined out. It wouldn't be the avenue of attack for this Oracle. It's going to move out and be there in just a few seconds. Getting speed, getting charge lots, and he's going to move in with his Oracle. Let's see what happens here. Nope, it's not going to move in, just going to move forward. Ooh, the Terrans are moving out across the map. They're moving out of the way. This would be an excellent opportunity for the Protoss player to get in there. But he doesn't even know what's happening. He's pulling all of its units. He's pulling all of its units back? No, he's moving the Oracle back forward. That may have just been a Army Select All F2 issue. Scan's going down from the Terran player. He wants to know exactly what's happening. Recognizes that his opponent hasn't taken his 4th base. He's building right there. He's not even building the command center back and floating it over. He wants to build it right in place. It would be smart for him to turn this into a planetary. Excuse me. This is a really big army. JR Blitz is going to have to do his damnedest to actually get rid of this. He needs to focus down those medevacs and try to pick off as many as he can as this floats in. This looks like he's going to be trying to do some form of a doom drop. He could be setting up some sort of contain at the front of the base, but just with the position of where this... Sorry, I missed all that. I'm an idiot. 15 kills! JR, excellent, excellent, excellent. That's exactly what he needs to be doing right now. But he's out of energy, he needs to get out of there. Really good hit, he got in, now it's time to get out. Was able to take out a whole bunch of workers. Oh my god, they're so close. How close is that? 21 to 21. Dude, those lead into like a millisecond. Sieging up the tanks, trying to attack in here, but it's not looking too good for this Protoss player. All these tanks are doing a mad amount of DPS. Oh my god, the Terrans picks up and gets out of there with 3 tanks, but at what cost? Look at the army supply now. A huge advantage for the Orange Protoss player, JR. Did an excellent job here, but on the back of this, the Terran player has got his 4th up. He's got it saturated. But with that Oracle harassment came at the absolute perfect time. I don't know. This is looking pretty good for the Protoss player. JR did an excellent job there engaging, recognizing what his unit comp needs to be. He's sitting on a lot of energy. ZachThRipper is going to he's going to want to transfer workers and drop some of those mules down. Now he's expanded out, but he hasn't transferred any workers, so his income, even though he's on 4 bases, is actually worse than JR on 3 bases. He's finally mined out his main and he's transferring workers over, so that natural of his is finally saturated. Let's see what this guy's gonna do. Excellent use of the Oracle by JR Blitz. He's doing a really good job with it, and yeah, really impressive. From what we've seen of ZachThRipper tonight, we've seen the same sort of thing. Really good unit composition and balance. He loses the Oracle there, but he does create a reaction out of the Terran player, worried about air, throws down 2 more, that's 300 minerals, 2 more turrets. It's a big investment, and on the back of that JR Blitz, keeping him turtled in is going to get his expansion and keep working his way out. Second gas here is not saturated. I think JR is doing an excellent job right now. I think ZachThRipper is also doing an excellent job right now. But ZachThRipper is going to want to keep that aggression. That's what kept him most successful throughout the games in the evening, was keeping aggression, keeping that pressure on. And he's not really doing that. He's just standing back, building up his army, which isn't a bad option. But you're allowing that Protoss player with this high tech advantage to actually get units out. Oh, JR built Void Rays. Wah, wah. I guess those are okay. If he's able to focus down those tanks and get them into Grismatic alignment, it wouldn't be a bad option. That, you can't build the Nexus there. Whoopsie. He's recognized the attack's coming. Tanks fire off a few shots. Got a few free kills there. JR was a little sloppy with his unit comp. Just kind of allowed the units to stream in there one at a time. He's using a forward pylon here to get reinforcements. And the Terran player is it's got a pretty good spread here and a decent amount of upgrades, but it's going to want to be... He's going to want to actually upgrade a little bit more to get that defense out. He's just building units right now, and it looks like these guys are actually... We're actually going to probably see... Maybe I'm calling it a little too early, but I feel like these guys are actually going to max out in supply. ZachThRipper is already sitting at 200 available. JR Blitz is only a little way away, 12 away with 188. We could be seeing a full max army on max army. It would be actually really cool to see that. And both of these guys are sitting on a huge bank of minerals, so even after this engagement, it's not going to be over. He's going to want to blink forward on top of here, but he's not even doing that. Really great engagement here. These tanks are chewing through the shields, but this Protoss army, I don't know, this looks pretty good. He's going to want to get rid of those Vikings, the only thing that's going to be able to kill the Colossus, and that looks pretty good. Great engagement. My God, JR Blitz, fantastic. Recognized the situation, moved in, and